Hey guys, and welcome to the week's episode of Kinda Wise. I'm back, and can we all just appreciate my fit today? I look like full gothic, which is not my vibe, and that's not the vibe that I went for. But the jewelry and the fit, I'm gonna add me posing in front of the camera the entire time before. I'm making a vlog and I'm super excited because it's gonna be just random parts of my week, and it's Monday, so I just started it, and I might not record for a whole day or something, I don't know, or I might just end up DNFing this entire vlog. I'll give you guys an update in the next episode, but I really hope that I don't do that and I actually finish it, because this week is gonna be sort of interesting, not really, but just me socializing after 2 months. But I'm gonna go meet my best friend after 2 years, and then recording this podcast and just updates about the war. I don't really want to talk about Pakistan and India in this episode. As you guys can tell by the title, it's a yapping session. But I would like to give you guys a little update. Gee, there's air going inside of my eyes right now. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna wear my glasses because there's a lot of air going inside my eyes right now. Should I or should I not? Because it might distract you guys with the lighting going inside of my glasses. I'm not gonna do it. Anyways, the war. We're not talking about boring politics in this video, but I'm still gonna give you guys an update if you're not from Pakistan or India. What happened was my last episode. In my last episode, I said that I'm gonna get a flu. Anyways, in my last episode, I said that India might strike at any time, and I've recorded that just almost 6 hours before India actually struck and hit their missiles on Bahawalpur, and many people got shaheed, including a child named Irtiza who was 7 years old. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. But the weirdest and the most cruel and messed up part was that the people of India, they kept on tweeting, and they were literally celebrating the death of a 7-year-old child. No Pakistani took any joy in the Pahalgam attack and the deaths and the terrorism and the injuries. We actually were sad, and we really were posting about what happened, and we were genuinely sad. And these people were celebrating over a death of a 7-year-old, which is really messed up. It's completely out of humanity to do that, and that's what they did. Anyways, yeah, so they struck on Bahawalpur, I think Wednesday morning, 1 a.m. or something, I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, that happened, and then I'm not exactly sure about the pace, but I do remember they were sending drones everywhere, but our Air Force kept on destroying the drones, alhamdulillah. But they struck at Rawalpindi, our air base at Rawalpindi, and then after that they struck in Rahimia Khan. So alhamdulillah, I think after that they didn't strike, and we all called a ceasefire because of I don't even know why we did that, but alhamdulillah, because when at first I was oh, the war's over, that's boring, but then I was actually grateful because there aren't going to be any more innocent deaths. But yeah, I'm not happy about any of it. Of course, there were many martyrs. Our soldiers got killed, our innocent people and children and women and men got killed. But alhamdulillah, it's over. We hope it's over. Not because we're scared, but because we as Muslims always want peace rather than war. And so there's a ceasefire right now, alhamdulillah. But yeah, that's not the topic for today. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on the whole situation. Today we're gonna be yapping about what? About cats. Well, actually, I'm gonna be yapping about cats and dogs and rabbits and guinea pigs and horses, but mostly cats. Cats, y'all. Cats. If you don't like cats, go live on Mars. I'm not even exaggerating at this point. If you hate cats, that means you're not human. That means there is absolutely no humanity inside of you. So go live on Mars and let us and our cats live in peace. There's no way a human can be a human without loving cats. It's just not possible. That's absolutely not possible. You're an alien. You have no humanity inside of you if you don't like cats. I'm serious with that. So I've had my history and present and inshallah my future with cats. Technically I've owned only 2 cats, but then, well, like, actually I've owned only 2 cats, but technically I have owned 8 cats. I'm gonna get into that. But yeah, I've always loved cats. I'm a cat lover. I'm not exactly like a dog lover, but that doesn't mean I hate dogs. They're so cute, and those puppies and those... Are you kidding me? So yeah, I'm a cat lover. And the thing about dogs is I love dogs, but I've never actually had a bonding with dogs or puppies or anything, because in Islam the saliva of a dog is like not pure. So like if it licks you, you need to do a proper ghusl. And so, you know, we've never actually kept a dog. I don't know anyone who has a dog. And my current obsession is like guinea pigs, and I had an obsession of birds, but we'll get into that later. But right now I want to tell you guys my history of cats, because who doesn't want to know my history of cats? So I got like my first cat when I was like 7, I think, or maybe 5, I don't know. No, I think it was 7. I got it basically for my birthday. And oh my god, I'm seriously gonna wear my glasses. I'm not even wearing it just because I got new glasses and I want to wear them. Well, that is partly why. I hope those don't distract you with the lighting, but I'm sorry if there's stuff going inside of my eyes right now. So I got my first cat when I was 7, and it was for my birthday. Basically, my brother wanted a dog. I wanted a cat because our birthdays are like only 2 days apart. He's 2 years older than me, but coincidentally, it's like his birthday is on 23rd December, mine is on 26th. And so yeah, my dad, being my dad, actually agreed for a cat, not a dog. So we got my first cat when I was 7. I've said that like multiple times now. Her name, we're not even going to debate about her name. Her name was Grey Fur, because she was gray and she had a lot of fur, because she was a triple coated Persian cat. And so my dad just named her Grey Fur because we didn't have a better name. Her name was Balloon before, and so Grey Fur was better than Balloon. I have to say, I'm sorry to the guy who we bought her from, because he named her Balloon, but that's a very ugly name. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we didn't exactly get her when she was a kitten. She was like, as in humanly words, I would say she was a cat teenager when we got her. And then we had her for like many years actually. I think she had lived with us for 7 years, I would say. And so yeah, that was great. And she didn't exactly die of old age. I actually don't want to get into her death. I'm gonna get sad. But she basically ate something poisonous, or something poisonous bit her. And then so there was like, me and my dad woke up at 9 a.m. foam coming out of her mouth, like crazy foam. And I didn't know much about cats, right? Like I didn't know about stuff like that, and so I thought it was vomit, and she was vomiting and she was sick. So I was like, okay, she was vomiting, she was sick, my dad took her to the doctor, and she's gonna come back and she's gonna be perfectly fine. And so I didn't know it was poison coming out of her mouth, and so I was just like, I'm okay, I'm perfectly fine. I'm like, oh, she's just sick and she's gonna be fine. I was worried about her, but I was like, oh, she's gonna be fine. And so I remember me being a little kid, I was putting chocolate on my paratha at like 12 a.m. in the morning. That's actually not morning, that's morning for me. But I was putting chocolate on my paratha, and my mom comes inside. She's on the phone with my dad. She gives me the news, and I will tell you guys exactly what happened the moment. I literally dropped. She just told me, and she went outside because she was talking to my dad, and she was partly crying as well. And so I literally dropped the knife on the vanity. I was a little kid, man. Like, that was my first experience of someone passing away. It was a cat, but it was like a loved one passing away. That was my first time experiencing that, and I was a little kid. And so I dropped the knife on the shelf, the slab, whatever, and I don't know why me and my mom have the same like thing, but I put my hand on my mouth, and I bend. I don't know what I did, but like I sort of put my hand on my mouth and I just bent and I started crying, crying, crying. And I was crying for the entire day. My mom was crying too and she was consoling me. And my brother was like, cool. Like he loved her, but he just didn't cry. He only shed like one tear, and that's literally it. I don't know what that man is made of. But yeah, that was like really, really sad for us. And she is still one of, if I have to rank, she's still one of my favorite cats. And then so that was my first cat. And basically at the time of Grayfer, we also had this stray cat, like a cat to a stray. I don't like calling cats stray cats because that's just not nice. But there was a stray cat named Orby, and Grayfer, whenever like she would run out of the house, she would like start fighting with Orby or something, and so that happened. So we weren't really that close to Orby, but we didn't hate her or something. And so when Grayfer passed away, there was her leftover like packet of cat food, and then we started putting it, because we didn't want to waste it, we started putting it to Orby. And then I don't know, my dad just didn't ever stop buying cat food after Grayfer's death, and then he would bring it for the stray cats and we would put it to Orby. And so Orby has had a little baby named Sugar Pop. The like her whole history, she's still alive, alhamdulillah, but Orby ended up dying in the end because of old age or something. And then so Sugar Pop, basically we knew she had a like what's it called, like a baby, a daughter or whatever, because she gave birth and then she took her kitten somewhere else. And then so after Orby's death, my dad would be, also Orby would like sort of be in our, go around our legs or something like that a lot of the time. And so basically my dad was coming inside of the house one day, right? This man opens the door, walks inside, and he looks down. There's a cat, a white cat with little like 3 to 4 brown spots on her, like her back, and she's just like circling. My dad has never seen this cat before, ever in his entire life, and this cat is just circling around his legs, purring and meowing or whatever, And so my dad got so shocked, like, what? I've never seen this cat in my entire life. And she's like, because usually stray cats don't do that, they get scared of you. And then so my dad eventually had to like hold her, I think, and put her outside the house because we can't just let her in like that. And my dad told me this entire thing, and when I went outside, I was like so happy. I went outside to check what this cat is. I didn't see her, but then the next day my dad was like, oh, she's back here, you want to see her? And I was like so excited. I go outside, my dad told me she's under the car. So I look down, the first 2 things that come in my mind, the first 2 things, Sugar Pop. Like I just look at this woman, I'm like, Sugar Pop, your name is Sugar Pop. I don't give any noodles, your name is Sugar Pop. That's it. That's literally it. I've adopted you and your name is Sugar Pop. That's literally what happened. And so she still comes, and she's been a mother over 10 times now. And so unfortunately this woman does not know how to be a mother, and her babies end up dying in the cold or something. That's sad. I cried a few times, but then like now if she gives birth, she just like gives birth in our house, I think, and then takes her baby somewhere else, and so we don't know where they are. But she had a son, and we named him Tokyo. So he was like the first he was her first baby that she actually, she had his whole brought up in our house. And so we named him Tokyo. But then eventually my parents didn't want to call him Tokyo every single time. They called him for absolutely no reason. So my brother, I think, started calling him Tinku in short, and so now no one knows him by the name Tokyo. His actual name is Tinku now, and he still comes and goes. But what's been happening recently is that there is this male cat. He's male as well, by the way. So there's this male cat who keeps on fighting with him, and Tinku fights back or whatever, but he hasn't shown up in like 3 weeks. We got so like even my mom kept on saying he's not coming or something, and she thought that he might have died. But then he came 3 weeks later, and he was like really scared, and he kept on going in my legs, and he ate so much food. He was really hungry, and this man, like, OMG, 3 weeks, and he was so damn skinny. And then he went away, like he went outside, like he goes all around the town or whatever with his friends, and so he has not come back for like a week now, I think. So yeah, that's really that. Oh, so this makes what, one Orby, Sugar Pop, Grafer, Tinku. This makes 4 cats technically, but I said I had 8 cats. How is that? Oh yeah, so Grafer even had kittens, 3 kittens, and we ended up giving them away because my dad said so, but we had them for like a few months, so I would categorize them in the list of cats that I've had. So that makes, so Grafer, Tinku, Sugar Pop, Orby, Grafer's 1, 2, 3 babies. That makes 7. I said I have 8 cats. Wait, something's missing, bro. Something's missing. OMG, how did I forget him? I'm so sorry, bro. If your soul is here somewhere, I am so sorry. Grafer and her babies were like actual adopted cats who lived in our house. The others, I'm not saying they were stray cats, they just didn't live inside of our house, you get what I'm saying? But I forgot that after Grafer, we got a Peanut as well. How could I forget him? I think I was going on about Orby's whole family tree and I forgot about Peanut. So after Grafer died, I kept on, like, I didn't forget her. Like, you cannot ever replace pets, and I wasn't trying to replace her, but I really wanted a cat again, and so I kept on like begging my dad for a new cat, and he kept on saying no. But then like he kept on saying no for like a year after Grafer's death. But then I was just like on this random animal app or something, and I showed my dad this cute little picture of it, like a ginger cat, and I was like, oh Papa, look, he's so cute, can we please get him? And my dad just stared. He's like, oh, he's actually really cute, should we get him? Show it to your mom. And so my mom said, oh yeah, he's cute or whatever, like ask your dad. And so my dad said we should get him, and we just like that night we went to get Peanut, and that is the literal definition of what your Nasiv is. Like, he just came out of nowhere, like out of absolutely nowhere. No one discussed about him. We just said yes and we went to pick him up. So I've actually had 2 adopted cats, properly adopted cats, and one of them had 3 babies. And so I had 1, 2, 3 like cats from outside. So that makes Sugar Pop, Peanut, Tinku, Grafer, Orby, and Grafer's 3 kittens. So that makes 8 cats. I have technically 8 cats. I've had 8 cats, but right now I only have 2 cats, which are Sugar Pop and Tinku. So I can really never get over my obsession with cats, but my current obsession, like I'm still obsessed with cats, but my current obsession is guinea pigs. And I'll tell you guys a funny story, and like people with Desi brown parents can actually relate to this. So I'm sitting with my dad and I'm like, Baba, I really want a guinea pig. And he goes, pig? Guinea pig? We astaghfirullah, we are not getting a pig. And I'm like, no, it's not a pig, like the pig is just in the name of it. And he's like, no, even if it's in the name, we're not getting a guinea pig. Astaghfirullah. And so, no, I was like, and then I was like, no, it's literally not a pig, it's just in the name. And he kept on saying no. And then so I showed him a picture of a guinea pig, and I'm like, oh, so this is not a pig, this is what an actual guinea pig looks like. And he's like, we're not getting a rat, astaghfirullah, a rat, astaghfirullah, we're not getting a rat, haram, haram, haram. I actually don't know if a rat is haram, but a pig is haram to have or eat or keep. So we're not getting a guinea pig, unfortunately. There was like 2 months ago, I was even obsessed with birds, and I kept on saying I want a bird, but my dad kept on saying like, you know, you just have to, like, cats are like another thing, but for birds they need to have a lot of care, and on top of everything, like, you have to keep them in a cage, and that's just being cruel to an animal. And I was like, oh yeah. And so I kind of got off my obsession with birds, but I'm like still obsessed with guinea pigs. I feel like it's not like a guinea pig has always been in the back of my head. It's just whenever someone would bring up the topic of a guinea pig, I would just immediately be so excited, because I used to be obsessed with this cartoon, Horde Henry, and his best friend used to be a guinea pig in his room, and so I've been obsessed with guinea pigs ever since. My brother is currently obsessed with rabbits. He really needs rabbits. He loves rabbits. I don't know why, but he loves rabbits. My dad said no, because like, for the thing about rabbits is, of course, they're gonna, you know, dig so many holes, but he showed this other breed of rabbits that actually don't dig holes, and they're actually like really tamed and nice, and you know, they're not like normal rabbits. But he might get it in our new house because we might move. We not might, but we will move in like a few months or something. And so my dad even said that we will think about a cat when we move, because the other reason my dad's not getting a cat is because of my mom's asthma. When we did have Gray Furred Peanut, like she would get asthma attacks like usually, and we would have to bring the cat outside of the room or whatever. My mom would have to go to my grandma's house for a few days to let like the attack calm down or something. So, but the thing is, the area that our new house is gonna be in is like pretty. Well, what do you call it? Like it's gonna be pretty clean. Like right now, the area that we live in right now has a petrol pump like right in front of our house, so like even that causes my mom asthma attacks. So that area is gonna be pretty clean. So like I feel like keeping a cat in that house would be sort of pretty safe. I hope, I guess. But yeah, I will, if I do get like a guinea pig, which I'm not gonna get because my dad's not gonna allow me. But if I do get a guinea pig or a cat or a bunny, I'm obviously gonna vlog and you guys are gonna see. Oh, speaking of vlogs, did I already mention this or did I not? I'm making a weekly vlog. I don't know if I already mentioned that, but yeah, I can't wait. I hope I don't end up DNFing that vlog in the end. I really hope I don't, but it's Monday, so we'll see like on Sunday if I actually did end up DNFing it or not. But I really do want to make like at least one vlog. It's not going to be like I'm going to record every single day. I might not record for like a day or two, but like just random things and moments about my life, Anyways, that's really it for today's episode. I hope y'all enjoyed my yapping session. Oh, I said I was gonna get into horses as well, but I'm not gonna drag this further because it's like already been way too long. But yeah, I'm obsessed with horses as well. Like I don't even know the first thing about riding a horse, but I'm just in love with horses because I watched too many historical series or something. So that's really it for today's episode. I hope y'all have a good week and stay tuned for my vlog, which I hope I don't end up DNFing. But stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next week. Or maybe I'll see you before that if I end up posting my vlog.